Today we're ripping open a full purchase of the Master's Tools bundle. That includes 38 epic crates and 30 legendary choice armament crates. And we're going to compare that to the results that I got doing the In Search of Wonders event. Because my initial reaction was that my In Search of Wonders event results were not as good as the Master's Tool bundle. But I think technically the opposite might be true. I think objectively speaking, I got more stuff from In Search of Wonders, but I happened to get wrecked. So stick around in this video. So we're going to rip open these armaments and compare the results. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and I've mentioned many times that armaments are the most important thing that I can possibly do to increase the power of my account currently in Rise of Kingdoms. And if you were newer to the game and you were like, hey, how do I get stronger? I mean, at the base level, obviously, you've got to go in and max your technology and unlock your tier 5 troops, right? And do your research. But once you get to the end game, there's just a couple things you can do to sort of boost your power. There's buying KVK technology, which Crystal Tech should be your #1 spending priority if you're a mid to low spender. From there, you elevate your equipment, and then there's also armaments. And because I've been playing the game for almost 5 years now, my equipment's in a really great spot. There's only a few things I really kind of need to do, so it's all about armaments for me. So I've said very clearly in the past that armaments are where I'm shifting all my spending, away from speed-ups. It's all going into getting the best armaments possible for rallying, for garrisoning, and for field, okay? And this is why the event, In Search of Wonders, is really kind of important to me, because I want to get a bunch of stuff to power up my account. Now, the weirdness of armaments in general is that, I mean, no matter how you slice it, it is a loot box, okay? It's a loot slot machine where the results are random, and sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you don't. So I pulled in the In Search of Wonders event, and I felt like I was getting dunked. If you didn't see that video earlier this week, I'll have a card in the end screen of the video, or maybe up top now as well. You can go check it out and see exactly how I did. But I actually made some notes that I can pull up on my phone over here on the total amount of stuff that I got. And when I actually totaled it up, I was kind of surprised because my gut reaction was that my In Search of Wonders results were worse than what you could do from the Master's Tools bundle. And by the way, the cost of the two things, either the Master's Tools bundle, which shows up every 2 weeks, or the In Search of Wonders event, which is like once every 3 to 6 months, the cost is the same for the two things. So what actually gets you a better result? So it turns out that I pulled 114 epics, 46 legendaries in the In Search of Wonders event, which is actually more than I realized. 46 legendaries is a lot. Even if they aren't for the right formation, that's fodder that you can recycle. In addition, I got 9 inscribed legendaries from the In Search of Wonders event. So when I look at the raw numbers and compare to the max purchase of the Master's Tools bundle, which you see over here, plus, by the way, I'm so serious about armaments. I told you this before in the past. I mean, I went in and I always buy every day the $5 tier of the Triumvirate Treasures because it's 3 crates for $5, okay, which is the best you can do on a daily pace anyways. So all that to say, actually 114 epics, even if those epics are for other formations and you just shred them for the fodder to recycle in the shop over here, is actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. And so again, even if you're just getting the silver coin currency, it ain't bad. And objectively, I got a lot of these legendaries. So, you know, let's rip open the Master's Tools and we'll compare, and we'll rip them open entirely for my chosen formation, which is going to be Wedge. And I've talked a lot about why I'm interested in Wedge formation, and this is probably enough precursor going into, you know, what it is that you can sort of expect from these bundles and what you get, but I will show you what's in the bundles in case you haven't seen. Master's Tools at the $100 tier gives you 8 legendary crates and 6 epic crates. At the $50 tier, you're getting 4 legendary crates and 4 epic crates. At the $20 tier, it's 2 legendary crates and 2 epic crates. And then it looks like I bought the other crates on another day. 7 epic crates over here at the $10 tier. And at the $5 tier, it's 4 crates. There you go. So in terms of daily bundle comparison, like, yeah, Master's Tool is better than Triumvirate Treasures. You would sort of expect that. The Triumvirate Treasures are the most expensive way to go and get these damn things. So let's rip them open and see how I do. And we'll tally up the total number of legendaries, which, by the way, this includes an extra 3 crates from the daily Triumvirate Treasures that I do, just the $5 tier. So I won't open those crates, okay? So that they're not mixing things up and giving us, you know, more than they should for the comparison. So here we go. We start with the epics. Please be good. Here we go. Wedge formation is what we're doing. And wow, hello? Already 4 legendaries. That's insane. That's a great pull. I mean, we'll see if the results are actually any good here. Okay, so we look in, and so far the epics all have no relevant stats. One of these is an inscribed epic, which could actually be very good. We get a look at this, and it is Garbo, only archer attack, then troop load, and siege health. Metallics is great, but not on this shell that is provided here. 2.5% defense, that's not going to cut it. Now we look at the legendaries, okay? And unfortunately, gold gathering speed, troop load, infantry health. Then gold gathering speed, a max roll on infantry defense, 3.5%, but then siege unit health, so it's total trash. 2 low rolls on cavalry stats and archer stats is not going to cut it. And then a complete rainbow armament here, mid to low stats on everything, so this is also a garbage armament. So we have 4 legendaries already. So we know the total number of legendaries is at least 34. Hey, that ain't bad so far. We're gonna rip open another 10 epic crates, and we see how we do. Please be good. Oh, wow. Okay, we have our first inscription over here, and we're up to 5 legendaries before we've even opened a single legendary crate. So this could be pretty good here. We'll get a look at these armaments. So far, they're rainbow and bad. This one could have been good. Almost triple statted calves, but it isn't. And then, okay, all these armaments so far without the inscriptions are bad. Let's get a look at the epics with the inscriptions. Ooh. I mean, this is like close, but I rolled literally the lowest roll possible on all the archer stats. It's kind of a tragedy. It's a grand total of only 3.1% of stats, plus militant for archers is kind of weak. Like, it's normal attack damage, which is cool. I'm going to lock it, but it's kind of tragic. So close, yet so far. If that had high rolled, it actually would have been really good. Cav health with fine horses is garbage on this one. And now the inscribed legendary. This is where it gets serious. So again, 5 legendaries from the epic crates, one of which is inscribed, and it's trash. Watchman is interesting. You take 1.5% less damage. That's really good. But on the shell that it's on with gold gathering speed, siege stats, and damage to barbs, it is completely irrelevant, so that goes in the trash bin as well. 5 legendaries, 1 inscribed from the epic crate so far. We open up another 10. Here we go. Come on. Wedge formation. Please be good to me. Wow. 7 legendaries so far from the epic crates is actually, I mean, it's a lot, man. It's kind of surprising. We look at the base level epics here, and so far they are all trash. Which is kind of to be expected for me at this point. We look at the inscribed epic, and it is interesting, almost. It's double stat on infantry, mid-rolls, mid-low, honestly, and then damage to barbs, which is a rip. Rebuff is extra counterattack damage, which is also kind of a rip. Overall, I think this armament's just going to be trash for me. And then we look at the legendaries. A lot of potential. Man. That is just tragic. Triple statted infantry, but the rolls are so low on 2 of them that we're looking at only 6% of stats here. I mean, I think I can achieve the same thing with a double stat on infantry. This is almost amazing, but turns out to be trash, I think, for me. This one is double statted, but mid to low rolls is just trash for me. So this is pretty tragic overall. If we look at what I actually have already, I think this is just going to be no good for me. I can show you on this March. I mean, yeah, baby. We clapping with this over here. There's a lot of stats. So like I said, we just didn't cut high enough on the rolls here. And even this armament is better. It's health and health. So it's 3.2% health. And even though it's rainbow, it's fit, which is 3.5% health. So this was one of the side grades I got from doing the Search of Wonders event. And, you know, okay, I mean, maybe I got to give more credit to the side grades where I got them. So unfortunately, the sort of like 6% of stats that I just got isn't enough. And although I could inscribe it, the rolls are just too low, and inscriptions are just too rare for that to actually be a relevant thing to say that we're doing. So 7 legendary armaments so far, one of which was an inscribed legendary. We open up the 8 formation choice chests, because remember, 3 of these were from the Triumvirate treasures. So we'll only open up 8 of these just to see how we do. Wedge formation. Hey, we got 8 legendaries so far. So that means we got 38 legendaries in total from these pulls, which is objectively less legendaries than In Search of Wonders. However, In Search of Wonders has a bunch of those legendaries for other formations that I don't really care about all that much. So it is more legendary fodder. This was an epic almost triple statted, which would have been really amazing. We look at these other ones, and they are pretty weak. Here's the legendary. It's garbage. So we're up to 8 legendaries in total. One of our legendaries was an inscribed legendary. And now, I mean, we just go ham on the legendary formation choice chests. These could really pop off, or they could be really terrible. It is actually really exciting for the potential of what's here, but I also know from experience that the likelihood I get an upgrade is just very, very low at this point. So here we go on the formation choice chests. Please. Wedge formation, please. Okay! Double inscription. Okay. This could be big. God, this is the thing about armaments. Is like, it could be something and it could be nothing. And the odds are it's probably nothing, but oh, the hype is super real. I hope you're feeling the hype right now. This armament was almost goated, but it's got siege unit defense in the middle. Infantry attack, mid-roll 2.7. Infantry health 1.9, low roll. Even if this had been infantry statted, though, it would have actually been a bad overall armament. It's just low rolls doesn't cut it for me these days. We look at these armaments, and so far we've only had the one that was even a contender. The rest of these so far pretty obviously bad, rainbow or just bad, you know, like yellow affixes here. This one also just like almost was goated, but it isn't. Infantry attack 3%, health of 1.8, and then it's got the yellow in the middle there. The troop load is just really not good, obviously. So now we look at the inscription. And this is kind of crazy. I got 0 double inscriptions from In Search of Wonders, by the way. 0. We're up to 3 inscriptions. I mean, technically, do we count this as 4 inscriptions total? I don't know. I guess technically it's 4 inscriptions total. So bad. So bad. Bluster. Whenever the wielder's troop is inflicted with a control effect, it has a 10% chance of resisting the effect and dealing direct damage to 3 nearby troops, damage factor 100? Damage is reduced by each additional target? This effect is a 5-second cooldown. Wow. Bluster is so cool. And, I mean, I got the yellow affixes here, so I got dunked. This could have been so good. It's actually surprising how good it could have been. But now we look at the double inscription, and this is where it could be absolutely insane. This could be like life-changing or irrelevant. Come on! Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Galloping is really bad. March speed, 2.5%, basically irrelevant. Wary, 5% march speed outside of territory. I mean, so 7.5% march speed on armament could be interesting. But I got march speed of siege and damage redux versus barbs. I mean, this is just a bad armament, objectively speaking. That is so tragic. That is so tragic. All right. It's pretty painful, honestly. It's pretty painful. We open 10 more formation choice chests, legendaries here. And how do we do? 1 inscription. So we're up to technically 4 inscriptions so far. Okay, because one of them was a double inscription. We look at the armaments, and so far, all these legendaries are just straight fodder. They're all trash. None of these are good. Even this one, double stat at archers, one of those stats is march speed. I don't know why they roll so low on the march speed. Like, if you go into the archer talent tree, or the infantry talent tree, or the cavalry talent tree, and you put one talent point in, you can get 1% of stats or 3% march speed. So the fact that you can get 3.5% of march speed or 3.5% of health here, like the march speed is just terrible. It's so bad. It needs to roll higher on the values to even be a conversation piece. But now, I mean, in Inscribed Legendary, is it weird that I'm not excited? I don't know. I just expect to get wrecked. And I did. Evasive. You take 1% less damage, and then siege stat, and infantry attack. Wow. Oh, what a dunk. All right. Formation choice chess. This is crazy because, like, none of these are even considerations for side grades for me. Like, it's none of these are even a consideration. So we open these formation choice chests, and so far, I think I almost certainly did just outright better with the event, which is crazy. In Search of Wonders, I did better, even though I felt like I got wrecked there. And it could just be that although armaments are the biggest point of leverage for me, the number of thousands of dollars it will take to get an incremental upgrade for me is just too high at this point. And I maybe just need to stop. March speed for infantry defense doesn't cut it. It could just be that I've gotten what I've gotten, and like the spending is just not worth it, man. Inscribe Legendary. Please don't suck. And it sucks. We went rainbow with purple siege stats in here, and deflector is actually really good, but we got wrecked. So overall, what was it? Like 35 legendaries? No, I think it was 38 legendaries in total versus the 46. And I got 5 or 6 inscriptions from Master's Tools, whereas I got 9 from the In Search of Wonders event. So I actually think, technically speaking, In Search of Wonders is better than Master's Tools. But they're both pretty rough. And that's just the pace of things for armaments. Wow. I can open these last 3 formation choice chests. We go wedge. They're all epic. And I can't believe that I got literally 0 upgrades. Oh, man. Well, GG, everybody. I got dunked. If you haven't seen the In Search of Wonders video, go check it out. Card will be in the end screen. For those of you wondering, like, hey, wait a minute, Chisgule, this is not your normal studio. What the hell's going on? As I mentioned, I'm spending a bunch of time with family this week. And sometimes I'll be at the usual studio. Sometimes I'll be at a different studio. So here I am at an alternate studio with alternate equipment. So thank you for watching the video today. Consider throwing a like on here, or in the very least a pity like, to honor my commitment to finding out just how bad these things could be for you, or good. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Armaments are value. And these armament crates are value when you don't have any armaments. But as soon as you start to have a, good collection of armaments, I just think the cost of an upgrade is quite steep. So again, if you want to see a video to review the pulls that I got in Search of Wonders, card will be the end screen for that in a second. If you want to see another pull that I did from the Master's Tools bundle, card will be in the end screen for that in a second as well.